world would turn upside down.
Australia will be right side up.
Correct. Just safe to say, all right? It starts here in the draft. Let's see, Occupy Thrones down to business. Taking out the Kaja, taking out the Faramis, RRQ, banning out the 1-1 and the Joy. Folks, it's not Coach Fiel on the stand right now. I believe that is Coach Achil joining Arcadia in the draft.
Ooh, I mean, they're banning away all these high maneuver, high movement heroes coming in from the side of Occupy Thrones. Maybe they're trying to stave off that aggression because RRQ, they have been known to try and experiment and be a lot more flexible team. Usually, they used to be known to just go guns blazing, no breaks at all, but now they have shown that they have some patience and they get a little crafty with their tempo of the game.
I actually want to have a conversation with the both of you, right? Because right now, RRQ, again, favorites. Is this a situation where they kind of, instead of being very analytical about the draft, I'm pretty sure they will, but I kind of feel like winning is not enough. They got to win with like
flair.
With dominance,
Gotta
right?
put on a show.
So is it a good idea to draft in a way where you have like 3 early game heroes and then just 1 late game hero just in case something goes wrong? Because this is one of the situations where, since they're the favorites, a lot of people are looking at them to win. But is winning enough?
Looking at the lineup, especially since they let Lemon play here, I think I'm agreeing. Like, they would put the core hard in mid and then let Lemon do that and give Skylar something like a fighter.
Wow,
It's happened before.
I mean, here's the thing.
It's happened before.
Even if he wants a marksman, like, give something like a Brody,
Oh, bro, yeah,
like
yeah.
a Popol, right? Like, you can get your advantages very, very fast.
With the Papa and Koopa, definitely, and with RRQ's playstyle, that is definitely something that can work. They've banned out the Fredrin as well, so trying to deny a lot of the crowd control.
Ooh, it's open. Glue.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
Okay, if they let go of Glue, like, that's pretty confident.
Yes.
But if they can win, then that really shows something here. And
Oh!
are we surprised Glue first pick? Like, the undieable man.
Not
the
at all. No, no, no.
Undieable jelly.
But here's the thing. Achil and Arcadia, something's coming. It's part of the plan.
Seems like it's all
There's got to be a reason why.
Faramis is banned. So
Faramis is
Faramis
banned.
cannot be used as a counter against Glue.
I mean, sometimes you just don't need a counter. You just need to play around it.
We'll have to see because R7 is the XP laner for RRQ and he is known to have a lot of rotations, a lot of creative ways to approach fights. But now with the Glue being such an oppressive presence in his lane, can he replicate the same kind of performance?
Again, with a hero like Glue in your matchup, I call him the relentless one, El Capitan. I don't know how much relentlessness you can get in. Like,
I want to see Carry. I want to see Carry right now.
Carry.
And Carry has been picked up.
Carry
Oh.
Dita.
Carry Dita. Because again, Carry can kill any tanks. You could be meta, but you're nothing in front of my eyes. I'm the carry. I will carry the entire team to victory, and Carita controls the map. And right now, we're going over Occupy Thrones. They picked up the Leslie.
Yo.
Very interesting approach.
Coach Quinn goes over the Beatrix like, no more.
No more.
There's something is up with the Beatrix, but God, no more.
They just haven't been able to make it work. But right now, if you think about it, right, being on that Leslie is going to be a lot more important for the positioning to have a lot of sense because Leslie is a marksman, but she doesn't strictly do DPS. If you can find an opportunity to try and pick off one of the Squisher members, that is one of the main strong points a Leslie can bring to the team.
She's bursty.
She's very bursty. Right now, the Akai has been picked up. So far, I would say the Akai has been pretty good for any of the teams. And I'm not so sure, but looking at the lineup, right now RRQ, they picked up the Benedetta, and I'm talking about it because perhaps Occupy Thrones, they're kind of going back to what they did in their first game, have 2 main damage dealers. So in this kind of situation, it would be good if Skylar can be like, I can kind of take care of myself. All of you guys, dive to the back line. Now there is a Benedetta for RRQ. They could just add more and give enough pressure towards the Leslie. Try the attack. I dare you.
I mean, right now they want to dive towards the back line against an Akai though, so that's going to be a bit of a tough assignment.
It's like an oxymoron. Like, I should do this, but not that. But I mean to do this.
It's counterintuitive,
Yeah.
but if anyone can make it work, it's going to be the unpredictability of RRQ that will shine through here as they ban out that Farsa as well.
Yeah, they know that Occupy Thrones is short on range. I would not be surprised if this last ban over here would be a savior.
Yeah, right now we're looking at both mid laners for both teams, and I kind of feel like this is appropriate because, again, Fear did great. And Lemon, we all know he is greatness, especially in MPL Indonesia.
GOAT.
So the GOAT. He's the real GOAT, man. I mean, like, again, belated happy birthday and all, but
Happy birthday.
we are not entirely sure this Karita, is it going to be a roam Karita? Because we usually see the Karita in the roam.
Exactly, I was about to
But
bring
Lemon
that
could
up.
have used it.
Yeah, there are two flavors of Kadita right now. Mid and roam. And both are just as lethal.
And Lemon is well known to try and make those crazy plays, those insane plays where at a glance you don't even know what he's going for.
Oh, yeah.
But on a hero like a Kadita, that is the kind of pick that will really suit his playstyle.
I'm even thinking, what if it's just like, you know what, Lemon, you can use the Karita, so use the Karita. How about we just pick up the Diggy and kind of just like cancel out the Akai? So be like, now there's no more oxymorons. So it's like, if we want to dive, just dive. Who's really going to stop us?
Welcome.
Welcome.
Come on in.
Yes, come on in.
Here's that band that's got me thinking, are they allowing the Savior and Fury? Because they take out the Estes. Do they know something? Because look, Maro's very vocal about, oh look, they banned the Estes. What's going on?
Ooh. Getting out the Estes, trying to make sure that they can get the burst damage. They don't want security, but in this situation, surely the Diggy would be a better pick than the Estes to try and deny those pick-off potential from RRQ.
No, right now, RRQ, like, again, I'm just saying it could be a very, very good pick because Diggy you can use defensively, but you can also use very, very offensively. And I kind of feel like banning out the Estes, they're probably thinking because, again, the way that they play, they want to stick together, right? Making sure that Fury can deal the damage, as well as their gold laner. So they're like, maybe what RRQ is going to do is they have a lot of burst damage. And burst type heroes don't like healing because you basically dealt all of your skills.
And then it's undone.
And then it's undone. So I kind of feel like this show that they want a lot of burst on their side. And now they have a Terizla diving in. Very big boy.
Big boy.
Can't be taken down and can deal a lot of damage.
This is not a drill, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, actually picked up by RRQ Hoshi. Is this going into the XP lane? Going into the jungle?
That's a scary part. You never really know. It's an absolute unit of the hero, and in the right lane is just such a big problem. Right now for Occupy Thrones, we'll have to see what exactly is their solution here because there's so many dashes. Something that can punish that or stop that can be very useful.
It's not even impossible that this might go in the mid.
Oh.
It's possible that this could go mid. Right?
Mid-Terizla?
Yeah, but like
Yeah,
a lane bully.
why not?
Like a lane bully.
Exactly.
Mid.
Why not? Okay.
It's RRQ on their opening day. They can do anything
They gotta put a statement.
Gotta make a huge statement, trying to show dominance, being one of the main favorites, but ooh, this is Maro on that Franco here. That's a lot of pickup potential if it lands onto the right peak.
Yeah, Franco man against the Franco man. There's a little bit of this is an oxymoron. It's like, I'll play the Franco against the Franco specialist, but Maro.
Look at this.
Yeah, he's like...
Focusing on Vin is like, you're using my hero.
Yeah, but I do like the Sicilian pick. The Sicilian pick is solid because, again, we were talking about how Farsa's banned, Saber's banned, but I think Sicilian's a better pick, especially for a late game lineup like Occupy Thrones.
Can they reach that late game though? It depends because there's a Kadita, and if the Kadita gets rolling, it is a very oppressive presence, especially for a vulnerable mage like a Sicilian.
Right now, RRQ, they finish off with a Xavier of their own, and so it looks like Vin will be piling the Kadita. And we've seen Kadita not doing well if the early game is not good. But having Albert on the Benedetta, as well as having the Terizla, I don't see them losing the mid, the EXP, and the jungle. They can force a fight. They can really force a fight, especially against the Sicilian.
They can just keep going. I think the only real thing is you have to watch out for mana. But that aside, they can just keep going. This is... Wow. They answered the glue here by going, on and on. Fight forever.
Well, Glue doesn't really do well moving backwards. It's always a very oppressive hero, provided that he is actually aggressing. So maybe RRQ just plan to fight fire with fire and bring the aggression to Occupy Thrones instead.
Could this be the answer to the glue?
Well,
very surprising.
We're about to find out because going into this first game, let's introduce again both teams from Jakarta, RRQ Hoshi going up against Occupy Thrones from Mina.
It's an Egyptian and Saudi Arabian squad, and all eyes are on Maro. I promise you, the game changer here, especially come the mid to the late game, are those perfect hooks. It's gotta come from Maro.
He's on that skin as well, so it's a very... Some people say it gives you a buff almost. You get better when you use this skin. We'll have to see if that is the case for this particular game. He is looking for early advantage here because in the early game, the Franco is just so dangerous. Vin, chunk of half HP, but they're trying to trade it back. And for now, this is going to be the same pattern.
Keep on doing that and he will prove your point. When you use the skin, you get better. Now, RRQ Hoshi, sure, they get poked a little bit, but I kind of feel like Fury and Maro, they took a little bit more. Right now, RRQ, they got to look at which part of the map do they really want to control. Same thing with Occupied Thrones, because looking at the map right now, it looks like Terzla is winning against the Glue. I'm not familiar with this matchup, so I can't really say for sure which one will have the better laning phase.
Yeah, this could be the precedent. We could figure out if really that Terzla is the answer, or at least this kind of lineup and this approach could be it. We're about 40 seconds away from the first turtle, and there's a lot of pressure on gold lane. RRQ Hoshi given God of hell.
Well, RRQ Hoshi like playing for the gold lane. Skylar is one of the main players that they rely on to carry. And carry, despite being a late game specialist, actually has a lot of healthy damage in the early game. Albert right now will be colliding with Leo. Just spawning him out right here in the XP lane. That's where the real fight is going on. Hawk against R7 1v1. Hawk will be finally able to escape, but look at the final blow. He's so low, 1 HP. R7 comes in to secure that kill. Albert in a tough spot, 1v2, but the mobility will allow him to escape.
Wow! Not a single punish on the baby alien. He gets away with it.
I mean, like, look at how they actually executed it, because they even like telegraphed, like, I will attack you. Glue or no glue, you're gonna go down. And at least for right now, it looks like in terms of the laning phase, R7 is really controlling Hulk, making sure that he doesn't get ahead. And he has to be aware of that, because if he can't win the 1v1, it's gonna look bad whenever someone wants to come and trade.
Vin comes to the Breath of the Ocean. The rough waves also takes Maro out. That will be the roamer, not available for the first turtle play. And RRQ, they're looking to straight away capitalize as Albert goes in. 1v1, dumps a lot of damage onto Leo. Let the final blow actually fails though. Hawk steals the turtle. Leo makes a play with a heavy spin, but that will be 4-0. Hawk is still just dueling 1v1 against R7. But that is that advantage.
Like finding a needle in the haystack. I don't know exactly what triggered the damage from the glue that actually took down the turtle there, but hey, Occupied Thrones can walk away with what they can. That's a small victory.
I kind of think like it might have been the slam, but either way, that we did not see that coming. And right now, Vin catches Maro, but looks like it's not that big of a problem just yet.
Oh, the Bloody Hunt being used now. Vin very low, taken out by Fury 77. Leo trying and get some more, and just these small pickoffs, the roamers.
It looks like Occupied Thrones, they're not afraid to actually get fights here and there. And RRQ Hoshi, they're reading it. Gado almost got 1v1 by Skylar. Skylar feeling very confident up here. And Albert, he's putting so much pressure all across the map. It's like every single time the camera pans, Albert's there.
He is playing the Demon Slayer Benedetta, but look at Skylar right here. 1v2. Heavy spin actually does not land onto him, but look at the Iron Wolf cancel as well. What is going on? Skylar very low. He'll finally get taken out as we see Vin trying his best to try and equalize. It won't be available though, and that is one strike back from Occupied Thrones.
Maybe 2 or 3 seconds too late. Vin came to the rescue. Skylar's flicker was on cooldown. And the main difference between Albert and Leo is the fact that Albert is more proactive. And folks, what you're hearing right now is a cheer within the stadium.
It's a drum.
I thought something fell. It's like boom, and it's like boom, 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 boom. It's like, okay.
Are they dropping it over and over again?
I love it. But that was a very interesting interaction between the Franco Iron Hook as well as the Hurricane Nance. Like, he pulled it back in and then pushing it away again. I kind of feel like it's something that they have to put into consideration whenever they continue an attack.
Yeah, but the potential for it is huge, right? Like, that's massive displacement.
Massive displacement, that's for sure. And now with RRQ just circling around this turtle, they're looking for a way to maybe capitalize on a fight at the same time. Vin already still very exposed though, and as an opposite, that is going to be the secure being taken by Leo. But look at that, they are actually going to R7 as well. They're looking for more advantages as Vin is also stuck in the turtle pit. He'll finally get taken out by Hawk. Actually, finally, that will be it. That is a disaster for RRQ. They lose 2 members and the turtle as well.
Hulk smash!
Dude, like right now, Occupied Thrones is actually getting a lot of work done because 100% turtle secure.
Being used by Maro. Skylar forced to flicker out. Finally, he is actually able to survive. That is a dangerous situation.
The ultimate snipe was a cooldown.
What's going on here, Leo?
Oh man,
what's going on?
They're almost 2K ahead and they're taking control of the lower part of the map. I don't know if R7 is enough to stop this.
Oh, he goes all in. He finally takes out Fury 77, and Hulk tries his best to try and turn it back. He is just way too low though. The torrential damage is insane. But on the other side, the rough waves from Vin will be able to take out Maro as well.
Oh, this is a scrappy matchup. We were just saying how Occupy Thrones was in control, and just as quickly RRQ Hoshi goes, nuh-uh, no, wait.
Hey, now this is a game, right? Fights on fights on fights.
Yeah.
This is Arashi's home, guys. Like, I like violence. Don't you like violence, Arashi?
Early game tempo, man. This is the exciting gameplay we've all been waiting for.
Answer the question.
Do you like violence?
I love it, man.
Looking at the items, is there enough here for Occupy Thrones or even RRQ Hoshi to have violence on demand?
Right now, I'm looking at a
Violence on
Turizla.
demand.
I'm looking at Turizla. He's being very, very aggressive because he has the Fury Hammer as well as the Flawless Axe. So it's like, yeah, screw defense. We'll build that later. I want damage right now. I want to make sure that I can get advantage on his glue.
I will heal by hurting others.
Yeah.
Green goes in, he's forced to use the rock wave, so he's stuck in a tough situation, alone all the way on the side. That will be a kill for Occupy Thrones as RRQ. They go for a bit of a weird fight as the turtle is actually spawning.
And what's weird about it more is it's a 4v4. And in a 4v4 like that, given that there is a Franco, Occupy Thrones is way ahead.
Yeah, right now, Occupied Thrones, it looks like they're starting to read what RRQ is all about. Albert taking a lot of damage, and I kind of feel like that's kind of what's happening towards the entire game, where he's everywhere, but everywhere he goes, he gets hurt. And Gato just finished his Berserker Fury, and for Leslie, that is a huge power spike.
Ooh, Albert goes in with the upper final blow, trying to make sure he secures that turtle. It will not be secured! It's taken by Leo yet again. He will pay the price for it though, as Hulk just zones everybody away. Look at the Iron Hulk being used by Maro. Skylar in a tough situation, but he's still alive! He's still alive and doing a lot of damage for RRQ. And he is actually forced to back away, but RRQ, they clap back from that play.
So close. There could have been more that Occupy Thrones done with that kind of engagement. I had my eyes on Maro, and he had his eyes on Skylar, and it was so close, he could have taken down RRQ's gold laner.
My eyes were everywhere because that was a fight, and right now it really looks like, you know what, Glue has to be perma-banned, man, because we're gonna look back at the instant replay to really understand what happened just now, where the fight around mid, Leo again, right now 100%, turn to secure rate for Occupy Thrones. Hulk really goes to the backline, making sure that not enough damage is there. But Fury 77, he was left alone. So it looks like both teams have the same idea. Go to the backline. Right now, Hulk is getting attacked.
He is pressed down, but he is able to escape. But Albert is making chase. Unfortunately, the regeneration is way too much. Now RRQ, once again, trying to establish a foothold in this game.
Given what's happening here in this about 8-minute, 30-second game, this is very characteristic of Occupy Thrones. It's not clear that they're winning, but the fact that Leo is sacrificing himself for the major objectives is making a difference.
That is a pickup, but R7 now is the next target. He's trying to stand his ground. Play, but no, it won't be enough as Vin now is the one caught in a tough situation. Skylar tries to deal out a lot of damage as Lemon makes the play, but the hook lands onto him. It won't amount to anything as Leo finally gets taken out. With a shutdown for Fury 77.
Arashi, the violence, the carnage, look at all the bodies underneath tier 1 in mid, and Occupy Throne stands tall.
Yo, Leo, we gotta look for their coach, man. What happened between then and now? Like, all of a sudden, they just, like, woke up. It's like, we're ready for RRQ Hoshi because that fight, it wasn't clean. But that's the kind of fight I like to see. Fury 77 actually kiting things up. And
let's hook to Albert.
Maro, what?
Buy this skin.
That is very, very dangerous. The skin difference, man, is just making it so obvious. And if that lands at the right moment, whew, that could have been really, really disastrous for RRQ.
All right, so far, key for RRQ to regain control is vision. I think they need to watch out really for where Maro is and the angle that Leo is coming at. These little base by Vin!
Oh, Iron Hook again! Suppression is being used as well as Vin will be taken out without being able to use any of his spells. And RRQ has forced to back away from this Lord.
My analysis is, yes, buy this skin. Like, legit, because Maro is doing a lot for the team. Hulk goes on to Albert, and Albert, right now, he's having a tough time to actually get in range to the Lord R7 at the front. And right now, Hulk is doing 1v3.
Hulk is zoning everyone away from the Lord. That'll be a shutdown picked up by Skylar, but the Lord is secured by Leo and RRQ. They are powerless to change the outcome of the fight. Look at the hook again! What? R7 alone! Fury pops the ultimate as well. And now, you can see Albert goes in to try and help out. do something
Dear
more as
God.
Leo follows up. Vin, late to the party yet again. It won't be enough as Leo just taken very, very low. But look at the dawning light. Finally, trading back a kill for RRQ.
It's scrappy, it's dirty, but boy oh boy, does Occupy Thrones appreciate this kind of gameplay. They're 2K ahead. I'd say this Lord was worth it despite the trades. And look at this. I think this is where they need to be. This is where they want to be. They have Gado safe, far away from trouble.
Right now, looking at the players' goal, Fury 77 as well as Lemon. 1,000 gold difference between both mid laners. So right now, Lemon has to find a way to get a little bit more gold onto his hand so that he has extra damage going on to the side of Occupy. Because again, the Dawning Light secured the kill. Perfect, amazing. But right now, they need a little bit more DPS because Skylar can deal the damage. But every single time he goes in front, he has to be careful because with Maro hitting all these hooks, that's amazing.
Being used by Occupy Thrones though, looking for an opportunity. Albert goes in to clear the Lord, but look at the side lanes. Leo already pushing Vin away. He's suppressed as well. That's all the damage. But look at the combo traded back. Maro gets taken out. Both Warmers down as Skylar jumps in forward aggressively. Albert as well chucked down. And look at the HP. 1 for Leo.
One, Grandma! One! But look at down bottom. All was worth it because Hulk was pushing away at tier 2.
no.
Albert, baby
Oh,
alien!
no.
Baby alien!
He's going to be
He's fine.
covered by R7. That is a very, very close situation, but Albert makes it out alive.
All right, so one thing is clear. Once Occupy Thrones sees Vin, they are not pulling any punches. I think that's one big problem that a Kadita Rome has.
This is what I want to see, confidence and trusting your shot caller. Like whoever's in front is like, yeah, let's go for this target. Right or wrong, as long as you act on it, you will get results.
Make it right.
Make it right. I like what they're doing right now. They're not being scared. They're not trying to run away. They're trying to fight back. And now with a 2.4k gold lead, and it looks like Gato as well as Fury 77, they're doing a lot of damage. Skylar, because he flickered to the front trying to get the kills, it shows desperation. He still has to be careful, but this does show that RQ, they're feeling the heat from Occupy Thrones.
Occupy are the ones going for the purple buff right now. Leo with the heavy spin as well. R7 is forced to flicker out. Skylar chunk very low as Hawk goes in, but look at the Hawk again! That is a huge play from Maro. Hawk escapes with his life in the midst of that situation. No one is taken out just yet.
Oh wow, they're scrambling each other. They're scrambling each other. You see the composure of RRQ Hoshi here. That could have been lethal. And again, they are down maybe one major core item, but they knew that this was not the fight to take. And I think Occupy Thrones also just had to think twice, like, no, don't.
I just like that right now, Occupy Thrones, they're really running very, very fast because in that previous fight, they were able to dodge the Dawning Light. And now, Occupy Thrones, they're starting the Lord. RQ, how will you respond?
Vin gets spotted by the snipe. Maro makes for play, but it doesn't land. That's a flicker down for the Franco and RRQ. Look at that opportunity. They see an opportunity to just capitalize as Hulk goes in alone. He gets bursted down though. That is not good at all. No front line for the side of Occupy Thrones as RRQ push them away. Maro and Leo tries to get a pickoff, tries to get something. The steal, can it happen yet again? It won't be available. It's being used right now, but look at that! That is a mega kill picked up by Fury 77, but Skylar will be picking up a kill as well. The fight is not over, and OT, they're trying their best, but the one securing the Lord is going to be Skylar. It's still a 2-4-3, but that was a bloody endeavor from both teams.
They served them all up to the GOAT. Lemon just had them all set up, lined up, and swing. Oh my lord. RRQ Hoshi now back in control, scoring that Lord. That's a Luminous Lord.
Yeah, right now, Skylar is putting on his big boy pants because look at the items. Right now, it's very scary. Demon Heart Sword, Corruption Scythe, Golden Staff, as well as the Endless Battle. He has a lot of heal. He has a lot of true damage. So Hulk, he has to be careful of that because he went in alone. That's not the best thing that you can do. Someone is not listening to the shot call because that was not coordinated well.
Yep. So also, something to point out, he's not picking up the usual Windtalker because again, Leslie is not one!
Skylar gets hooked out, but it won't be his death. R7 comes in to zone everyone away, and RRQ stabilized. They have a lot of damage done on the top turret. Maro is lethal right now. That is dangerous.
Watch out. Still could be a game changer despite RRQ being ahead. But I was saying, Wind of Nature, Skylar's not building one because Leslie is not a marksman you build the Wind of Nature against.
Yeah, true damage, man, not physical damage. And right now, RRQ, with just one Lord, they've already turned things around. 500 gold lead ahead. It is not big, but considering they've been on a deficit for like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, this is huge. This is great. But again, looking at how Maro is playing this Franco, he could really change things around if he could get Albert, Lemon. I don't think he's going to get Skylar, but if he does, then, dude, Occupy Thrones, they're going for it.
Lemon right there with a Dawning Light is able to chunk Gado down to half HP. That is one spell on a very low cooldown. If they can do that again and again, they can almost get a guaranteed 4v5 in these big objective takes.
Yeah, no, more likely they are. I mean, the time that Skylar and Albert bought for Lemon is going to pay dividends.
Still, Flicker onto Vin as well. That will be the Unstoppable picked up by Fury77. The roamer battle here between Vin and Maro.
Can I just say, LaFell, that was overkill?
I kind of feel like they have some kind of vendetta with Vin, and just Vin.
Yeah.
That was highly unnecessary, where it's like, it was
ults?
worth it.
3 ults?
They want to send a message.
Yeah, it's like, specifically you.
Oh no, they're gonna lose this inhibitor. Oh.
That is the pressure being exerted by RRQ, as now Occupy Thrones going for the purple buff will be able to secure it away. That's unfortunate for Albert.
Oh, well, I mean, I was gonna ask if that was worth it, but yeah, no ults were harmed in the stealing of that purple buff. So yeah, that was worth it.
I mean, like, in
Was
this
this a hook?
I mean, like, okay, let's put into consideration, so like, yeah, you use a lot of ults, but if you're not gonna fight in the next 30 seconds,
Why not?
40 seconds, it's fine. Because again, you want to create some kind of psychological pressure, and R7 goes in!
R7's very, very low right now, but look at the Dawning Light. Gado is half HP. The snipe does not land on the right person. Skylar being chunked out, but not nearly as badly as Gado was.
You know what? The draft between RRQ and Occupy Thrones now in hindsight is so multi-layered, it's so deep, because there's so much these two teams can do on the near range, melee, long range, mid range. Oh lord, this Lord fight!
Vin gets hooked again! Maro making the plays happen for his team! That is the roamer from RRQ, unavailable to make any plays. It's still a 5v4, but RRQ are not backing away. Hawk is trying to zone everyone away, but it's not enough. Leo with the heavy spin, trying to make sure that he can get this Lord, but they're both getting low right now. That is a kill picked up by Gado, but he will be taken out as well. Skylar gets a shutdown, gets unstoppable as well, and that is the Lord secured by Leo though.
Skylar is doing work, man. I mean, Leo, good job to you, man, securing the Lord, but still, is that gonna be enough? Because in the later stages of the game, it almost doesn't matter if your entire team gets wiped out. It's just 2. But the thing is, the 2 that got hit was the damage dealers. And right now, we're gonna look back at the replay because a lot of things happened. So let's break it down in this instant replay where the fight around the Lord. Look at Leo. He's taking a lot of damage from Skylar, and Skylar is really waiting for everyone to come to the front because he's like, I don't have to force this. Flickers in, goes on Fury, and this is the game changer. Skylar is baiting. Once he sees the bait has been took, he goes in front. He doesn't care. He flickers and he gets the kills.
So it's an alley-oop again, like what happened with Lemon earlier on during RRQ's comeback. It's the same story with Skylar. But dare I say, in that moment, in that instant replay, my eyes were on the 6'5" Egyptian, the jungler from Occupy Thrones, Leo. He was on point. I could have sworn he used Retribution earlier in the fight, but he had it, and he knew that they needed this. Was that, what kind of Lord was that?
Oh, that was just a...
Was it a Evolve Lord?
Yeah, Luminous Lord. And look at Ghost Gaming, even he's like very, very hyped for this game.
Of course!
Yeah, Ghost is like, let's go, let's go, let's go!
He's a one-man cheering squad.
He's up against the whole kingdom of RRQ, but Maro
I don't like
here,
his odds.
all the hopes of Occupy Thrones are on Maro right now. He is the man that they rely on, and along with that, Leo with the Retribution, man. It's been so solid so far.
So we're about a minute and a half until that next Lord. You think we're gonna get there? You think we're gonna have to wait for this, or is somebody gonna pull the trigger?
I kind of feel like we have to, and this is a situation where Occupy Thrones, if they can set it up, then it's gonna be great because Maro's hooks has been so good. So if he can if he can hook someone around the Lord,
they're cooked.
They could create a very good situation because, in my personal opinion, don't focus on the Lord, focus on the kills, man.
All right, so they turn on heroes.
It's so dangerous right now because both teams can scout right here. Lemon with the Dawning Light and Gado with the snipes right here. That is exposing everyone and allowing Vin and Maro to attempt that play. But fortunately for Occupy Thrones, the Franco engage is just so much more dynamic.
It's so good. Look at Albert. I think this is the one game changer. Leo has to always be with his team to make that play. And again, that's what I'm saying about Albert since about minute 3 or 4. The Benedetta is the proactive one.
Yeah.
The Akai has to answer back. The Akai, you can see his plan from a mile away.
Yeah, right now, going back to the keys to victory, RRQ, they need to use their experience, and they're using it well because they understand that with the draft coming in from Occupied Thrones, they have to sacrifice one lane. And what lane it is, Albert will go and attack it. And Skylar, he's been in so many fights in his life that he understands that because of the short range of the carry, you can't be too aggressive. But the moment he sees certain skills have been used, then I'm gonna go. If you catch me, but I will die and I will bring most of you with me.
Yeah. And look, now they've started it. RRQ Hoshi made the call.
Ooh, Iron Hook does not land right here, so RRQ, they have a lot of options to play around with. Vin looking for a chance in the side, looking for a pick of potential. Leo is in position though to try and make this a very difficult contest. The Retribution battle has not been favoring RRQ, so Occupy Thrones are very happy to make the plays happen. The flicker is being used. Unfortunately, the hook does not land. That is massive for RRQ. You can see they move in a more aggressive manner. Pay attention to Vin. Look at him. He's trying to make sure he gets the right play at the right time. They see him though. Conceal is being used, but he's suppressed. He cannot make the play happen. That is him taken out of the equation. And now Occupy Thrones have the chance. Leo goes in, but the Immortal has been popped because Skylar is doing way too much damage. Lemon takes him out, but the Lord is taken by Albert. Fortunately for RRQ, one man down from both these teams, but that is very, very valuable for RRQ right now.
LaFell, you said it right. At the end of the day, whoever turned on heroes first and whoever makes that call will win the fights. And RRQ Hoshi, they did just that. They baited out the ults first, and then eventually, yeah, you can separate Skylar from us, but the call is still there.
I actually like treating Vin there because he gave vision. He gave enough damage to Gato because if you look at his playstyle, if his HP is below 50%, he will not commit. And because Gato was not in like 2/3 of the fight just now around the turtle pit, around the Lord pit, RRQ Hoshi really took that advantage. Like, yeah, kill Leo, get the Lord, get Prophet, and right now, can they actually survive with RRQ here pushing with this evolved Lord?
RRQ trying to make sure that the waves are on point right here. The Lord is on the top side, so RRQ can do a bit of a split push in this situation. They need to be careful though. At any moment, Maro can make the play happen. His flicker is not available, unfortunately. But look at R7 making the plays happen, initiating for his team. Skylar is dishing out damage upon damage as the Lord is distracting everyone else. In the back line, that is going to be suppression being used on R7, but it won't be enough. Both teams just going all in all. With the trunches coming out again and again. The Skylar will save Vin, but Skylar is still devastating, doing all the damage possible. Hawk is alone. He won't be able to save this game for his team. RRQ, they reign supreme.
Big congratulations to RRQ Hoshi. But what a match. What a game. The debut of the King of Kings here going up against Occupied Thrones. It went all the way, and what an amazing showing by both teams.
For a good 10 to 15 minutes, Bali United Stadium was very quiet. But I'm glad now with the victory of RRQ Hoshi, it seems like all is well. But let's not take away from Occupied Thrones. They got the Sang Raja into a corner and it kept them there for quite a while. What an effort.
The prodigy, the youngest player on the team, Maro on that Franco, he is just crazy. At any moment, he just makes that play happen so decisively as well. There's no hesitation at all in his movements.
Oh yeah, no. Gus Gaiman, there's more. Occupied Thrones can show more. You watch out, you wait for my team. We're not going home today. The knockout stage is where we're gonna show up, and I do believe him. I'm just assuming on what he's saying, but I do believe him in saying that there's more to Occupied Thrones.
We have to say this, that there was quite a lot of opportunities, a lot of moments where I think everyone, even in the comment section, is probably looking at this and it's like, perhaps the world is turning upside down.
We were on the way.
Because RRQ Hoshi, they won. But along the way, they bled out quite a lot.
And that is an issue right here because RRQ, they're very well known to be very dominant, but afterwards, it's about that discipline, right? Can they maintain that perfect execution all the way for like 20 minutes? But yes, there's a lot of ways you can vibe in the studio right now. This is insane energy from the fans.
But just the same, for them to have come back, I think we'll see it later in the highlights and it'll be more explained via the item builds and of course the stats that were put on the board. It was not easy at all. There was multiple steps for them to do that.
Again, I don't know what they're saying because we're wearing headsets, but again, like, that was an amazing game. Let's talk about the knowledge aspect of it. The moment I want to talk about analysis, they go even louder. Let's go, do what you gotta do. But again, RRQ Hoshi, the reason why they won is because of experience. Control the game, control the map, because the way that the draft occupied Thrones, they have to sacrifice one lane. And because of why Albert was pushing, it caused them to have decisions. And when you have to think about decisions, you're not entirely sure what's your next plan of attack because you're always thinking about defending. Let's look at the items for both teams, because this is one of the rare situations where we can see fully built items on all of the heroes. And in this game, Skylar really popped off because Carry is already an amazing hero. And the fact that he doesn't build a Wind of Nature because, like you said, Leo, it doesn't matter towards the Leslie, but a Winter Truncheon might be good.
Yeah, no, I think that was a juggled Winter Truncheon. Again, there was so much happening in that last maybe 30 seconds of the game that he needed to juggle it. He sold the boots. This is the NBK, the no boots carry. And again, when you go about 20 minutes in, this game almost went 23, that's what happens. But yo, look at the GOAT though, 6-1 and 13.
6-1 and 13.
Belated birthday buff?
That is crazy. And on the other side, just on a quick note, 3 BODs on Gado and all that damage.
Oh, wow.
It still was not enough. RRQ,
Okay.
they're just way too clean with it.
That's cool, but I kind of feel like that's a little bit too greedy. Like, legit, I think that because the way that I see the game, like, he has enough damage, I wouldn't even mind him taking a Hunter Strike just for that extra movement speed, because I think like that's what he needed. Because everyone's chasing after him, he needs a little bit of movement speed. If he doesn't want that, then honestly, it's even fine to take the Brute Force Breastplate, because damage is already good. Just survive. That's what you really needed.
You can't output damage when you're taken out, especially against a Benedetta, against a Kadita. There's just so many threats that Gado needs to maneuver away from, and I agree, LFL. I think some defensive options could be explored here.
Speaking of defensive, the baby alien on Albert, I love how he's grown up. I love how he's started to play more utility junglers, and this Benedetta was utility Benedetta.
Yeah, I want to talk about Fury, man. 100% kill participation with the team fights, Lemon 86. And I would say every single fight that's won, it is because of Fury. But right now, let's talk about the rich guy, Skylar. 754 gold per minute. And the thing about Xavier, he's extremely strong right now. The carry Lemon, 123,000 damage dealt. The Sandbag Leo, he did the best that he can. 227,000 damage received. And Forgotten One, there's no way anyone will forget Maru after this game, man. 14 assists. I have no idea how many hooks he has landed.
He's 17 years old, I believe.
Wow.
So he is a prodigy in the making. And of course, Leo just going toe-to-toe against Albert in that retribution department.
Damn, Leo.
Very impressive.
Yeah, no.
Very good, Leo.
Reminds me. It's in the name. It comes with the name.
And with that, we got to name our most valuable player in this game. The MVP for RRQ Hoshi is going over to Lemon, 6-1 and 13. 86% kill participation, the most damage dealt. And basically what Arashi said, any fight, yeah, Lemon is going to be there. Lemon is going to make sure that Gado can't join the fight because of his dawning light.
He's just never going to give you up, never going to let you down. He's just always going to be there. He built cooldown reduction, he built damage, and he built that burn. Again, I think it's this glowing wand that really made Gado think every single time if he can stay to fight. And it's like, no, I cannot always. And that's what made all these engagements for Occupy Thrones all the more awkward.
It also makes it very difficult for the tankier members to withstand the kind of poke because it does percentage HP damage. So Leo, trying to sustain in the front, he's just constantly chipped away by that glowing wand.
With this, we got to look back at the highlights because this is refreshing, right? For today, the third match, this is the one where a lot of things are going on. In early stages of the game, this caught me, and I feel all three of us by surprise, but Occupy Thrones actually catches the mistake from RRQ Hoshi where, Albert, you're being a little bit too forward. They're gonna catch you. And Hulk smash, always getting to the back line, getting the proper targets, but things change when Skylar gets strong and when Lemon gets the glowing wand.
This is a very sporadic chain of events right here, but that is exactly where the team with more experience has an advantage. They've seen all this before. It looks crazy to Occupy Thrones, but RRQ, they are known to play like this.
Yeah, it's a matter of tunnel vision. Something tells me maybe they were too hard on the whole Vin situation, and that's exactly where RRQ put Occupy Thrones, specifically Lemon. He knows where dudes were gonna be, and he was calling on Vin. It's like, all right, are they there? Are they killing you? All right, my turn. Something
Yeah.
tells me something like that, similar to that, happened.
Looking at this highlight, if I'm any of the other teams, I will put a target on the back of Lemon as well as Skylar, because Lemon, he makes his presence known without showing his face, and Skylar, he's super patient. He is like micromanaging every single visual that's happening in game. It's like, okay, what spells do I see have been used? What skills do I see has been used? All of you are done, my turn. And again,
Exactly.
it's amazing. Lemon, Skylar, they just